Fixing up my little studio. Here we go. Hey there. All right. It's another cold December day here in Yellow Springs, Ohio. I'm Lynn Hardman. I'm a silver sneakers instructor, a sports enthusiast, a group fitness instructor, and a versatile trainer. And this is my humble little back porch. We're about to have a power lunch, 45-minute workout. So you're going to need a mat, and you're going to need to have some kettlebells or some hand weights to do this strength training circuit. And this circuit will have 7 exercises. You might have seen this before. I'm setting up my shop. We're going to warm up together with some limbering exercises. Then we're going to rehearse 7 kettlebell strength exercises that are total body. So this is for people who it's not your first strength training rodeo. Okay, so let's get started. We will use a timer of 45 seconds of work to 45 seconds or 15 seconds of rest. And I think we're ready. Wait, one more thing you're going to need. Some water. And let's just warm up. And then we'll do one round of body weight only exercises so we can rehearse and work on our form and get our joints ready to get loaded up should we choose to add the resistance of the kettlebells. And it's always a choice. So, welcome. I'm titling this live stream class that you can access whenever you want to on my YouTube channel. I'm calling it Power Lunch Kettlebell 3. If the weather is decent here in my little village of Yellow Springs, all 3,700 and some odd people live here, and I mean odd. Anyway, as we warm up, ease through your full, safe, comfortable range of motion. I might do one more Monday Power Lunch outdoor class. Next Monday looks like it might be all right at the playground at our community center. Otherwise, if it's too cold, you're stuck with me and I'm stuck on my porch. But it's not bad. It's just my own little studio that I'm sharing with you out there on YouTube Studio. All right, so we're limbering up. We're getting our joints ready for a little bit more activity. But I must remind you, go at your own pace. If you can't talk, you're working too hard. And 45 seconds is a long interval of strength training. So if you're feeling like you just can't do any more quality repetitions when we're doing our 45 seconds on 15 active rest strengths circuit exercises, just stop when you hear the beep or there's a voice that says 10 seconds left. And that's a good time to just catch your breath and, reset, take a sip of water for the next exercise. So I'm going to put our timer on and we're going to rehearse these 7 exercises, body weight only. And that's an option going forward. You don't have to load it up. First, focus on form, and then you can start loading it up gradually.
2, 1.
So our first exercise today is a forward lunge. So you might want to start at the foot of your mat, and it will give you a little cushion should you tap your knee down. We're going to combine a bicep curl, both hands, with this forward lunge. Some of you may or may not. Oh, just ignore that. Just ignore that. Sorry about that, folks. Note to self.
10 seconds.
So there's that 10-second reminder. While you're doing your bicep curls, make sure you anchor your upper arm so that you get the load here on the target muscle, the biceps. Next exercise is a variation on the kettlebell swing. So you want to make sure you don't whack your knees if you choose to load it up with a kettlebell. Start in this hip hinge, long, strong brace in your abdominal to keep your back long. Get your tail feathers back. And then when we come up, we're going to make a smile. And notice how I'm turning or internally rotating that farthest away hip. Careful you don't whack the knees, but this is a kettlebell swing with a little rotation. If you don't feel comfortable, just go straight up with it. Remember, it's a hip thrust. You're getting your tailbone back, and you're shoving your hips forward to begin the motion. It's not a lift, it's a swing. So, third exercise, we're going to stay low with a squat. Back is nice and long and neutral. And we're going to do a gorilla row. So we'll be staying low, nice flat, neutral spine, And we're rowing. If you want, you can add a little bit of a low third of your squat. But support your longest, strongest spine by bracing and breathing. When I mean brace with your abdominals. We're going to alternate rowing arms. And it might not go that fast because we might have a heavy load. Think of pointing your elbows straight back up at the ceiling. You get the picture. We're rehearsing. That was exercise number 3. 4 more in this circuit. Sumo or plie squats. So we're going to tuck the tushy. The tailbone stays in that posterior tilt. We're going to lift a relatively lightweight over our head and do a tricep overhead extension. Try your best to keep your elbows close to your ears and keep your tailbone tucked. I'll show you what I mean from the side. So not out here, tuck it. Try your best to stay straight vertically. And this one you're going to not want to load up too much because as you lower that weight to the nape of your neck, it's going to want to pull you back. So stay strong, stay vertical with your spine. All right, I'm getting breathy just doing this body weight, so there's value in this. 5th exercise, curtsy lunges. If this bothers your knees, you can do a side lunge or a rear lunge. We're going to have a weight in each hand. Just hang them suitcase up and curtsy or step behind, lower. And as you come up, you're going to drag curl. Reach and drag curl. Actually, we're going to keep them up here. Lower the weight with one arm as you lower your body. Lower the weight with the other arm. Keep the elbows tucked as much as you can. Don't let them flare out. Drag curls are great for upper back, bicep, and rear deltoids. Curtsy lunges are great for outer and inner thighs. All right, 6 exercises, 7. This is a kind of a deadlift with an overhead shoulder press. This is a heavy lift, but we are going overhead, so back is neutral. You're going to reach down, grab your imaginary kettlebells. As you thrust your hips forward, you're going to rack your weight, your kettlebells, on the outside of the forearm and the wrist, and then press. As you come down with control. As you come up with power. So we're doing an overhead press. That's the press part of the clean and press. The clean is from the floor to the shoulder rack.
10 seconds.
If you're wearing a Fitbit or a training device or a smartwatch, you want to rotate it to the inside of your wrist so you don't smash it with the weight. Okay, final exercise of the round is on the ground. It's a one-arm sideline push-up. So you want to get set up with your arm cradling your head or out straight. The bottom leg hooked, top leg just floating. Press that top arm into the mat floor near your chest or nipple line and press up. If you want, you can add that hip abduction. This looks easy, but it's a really good side body, chest, and tricep exercise. You can experiment with hooking this arm. That's harder because it's adding more weight to the lift. And the average human arm weighs 15 pounds, so that's no joke, y'all. This is hard. And of course, the next time we do it, we're going to be lying on the other side. And we'll make sure that we get both sides equally. So that was it. Our 7 exercises, all done to that 45-second work ratio to 15 seconds active recovery. And then we have a 2-minute break. So if you haven't already got your kettlebells or your resistance weights, it could be a couple jugs of laundry, right? Laundry detergent, not laundry. This is actually also my laundry room. So here's to your health. Get your stuff and get your mat and get your water. And we'll be going in another minute. When it's really cold like this, our thirst doesn't always keep up with our need for water. I'll show you. It's my laundry room. You could use a kettlebell like this if you want it for your swings, right? When we get there, remember turning that hip and really squeezing. Some people will call that a hay baler. Whatever you call it, it's good exercise. So get ready. In about 30 seconds, we're going to start and we're going to do 3 additional rounds weighted up with our kettlebells or whatever we choose. Simply body weight is great. Are you ready? I am. It's Monday. I went to a couple of holiday parties over the weekend and they were delightful. But let's just say I probably ate a little more sugar than I'm accustomed to, so it's no big deal. Strength training, let's go. Okay, get yourself ready. For this forward lunge, you could use 2 lighter weights or 1 heavier kettlebell.
Start.
And we're just going to pace those upper arms to the body as we lunge forward, lifting with the bicep curl, alternating right and left legs. Lunges are very good for the hips, gluteals, quadriceps, hamstrings. Also balance. Breathe. Don't rush
10
yourself.
seconds.
Excellent. All right.
Rest.
Boy, my weights are cold because they're metal and it's not really warm on my back porch. All right, we're going to do our kettlebell swings. Set up for success. Brace. Back is long and strong. You can kind of get into that rotation a little at a time. But don't hit your knees. Shove with that trailing hip. Remember, you can go straight in front if that is better for you. You know you. You do you. I'm going to rotate. This will get your heart rate up. All right. Coming up on our gorillas rows. I got a 20-pound weight. You can use whatever you want. 1 is necessary. 2 is an option. Nice, long, strong torso. You can support on your lap, but definitely keep your back as straight and strong. Don't collapse or turn into a Quasimodo hunchback. If you like, you can add that mini squat we were talking about during the warm-up, or the body weight only round.
10 seconds.
I think Santa needs to bring me some heavier weights. It's working, but we gotta do it gradually. Okay, curtsy lunges with a drag curl. No, this is sumo squats. I don't want my heaviest weight for this one. So, tuck the tailbone. Keep the elbows close to the ears as you squat a little and extend. Easy does it. This is great for the inner thighs, that lower body sumo squat. And triceps with the overhead tricep extension. Keep the glutes
10
and
seconds.
the tailbone tucked. Woo! Ha! Now we got our curtsy lunges with a drag curl. A drag curl is the elbow going straightish back. I think I need 2 weights. This is a toughie for me. Okay. Curtsy lunge. Oh, we got to keep those weights up here. And then one goes down. Ooh, with these 2 20s on my hips, that's a lot of work. If you want, you can just put the weights down at any time and keep lunging.
10 seconds.
Try and control your downward motion. Oh, that was hard. Okay. Clean and press. I'm not sure if I'm up for 20 pounds. So I'm going to start a little light. I got these 12s. I want to try these. So clean and press. Deadlift. Rack. Press. Down with control. Explode or power up. Brace with your abdominals and squeeze your butt to support your lower back. At the top especially.
10 seconds.
Oh, it feels good. If something doesn't feel good, you're right. Ease out of that. Okay, one more exercise in this round. It's our sideline. This time, other one arm push up. Option to do some hip abduction. Pull the belly button in. Place that top arm firmly into the mat. Keep that foot dorsiflex. Just hovering that foot is going to be a hip exercise. Pulling the navel in. Option to hook your arm under your head. That makes it a lot harder, you guys. This is a great oblique exercise. Tricep, fronts of the shoulder, chest. Oh.
10 seconds.
This is hard for me. Like I said, you can take a break when you hear that 10 seconds. I needed one. All right. Peel yourself up off the floor or not. But if you feel dizzy, stay low. Much deserved break time. Wow. Honestly, of the 4 seasons that we get in this beautiful part of the world, Ohio is underrated. Well, of those 4 seasons, my 4th favorite is winter. Do the math, y'all. I know some people love snow and cold. I just don't happen to be one of them. Here's to our health. Stay hydrated. We got another minute of recovery here, so you can keep your cardio, your low-level cardio going. It could all be low impact, but if you don't mind jumping and you're on a good shock absorbing surface, you could do low jacks or jumping jacks. I'm going to personally just take a little break for another 45 seconds or thereabouts, and then we're going to do that round again. So remember, you got options: body weight only, reducing the range of motion, stopping the exercise whether you're doing body weight only or loaded with your kettlebells at that 10-second sound or warning. And another option is to just keep moving, skip an exercise and do some knee lifts or something else, but just keep moving. We get low-level cardio with this strength training circuit. And we got 8 seconds, so get ready for your forward lunges with bicep curls. Paste your upper arms to the body, and the goal is to come to 90-90 with the hips and the knees, but that's for someone that has zero mobility challenges, and that doesn't include the whole human race. Sometimes we have a temporary or ongoing orthopedic challenge. You've got to honor that and maybe just come to a small lunge.
10 seconds.
Or a medium lunge. What if nothing's bothering you? Tapping that knee with control is great. Tapping it on the floor. All right, kettlebell swings. You got choices. You could do them with a smile or woodchopper U-shaped swing, but brace. Hinge your hips back, and if you're choosing to rotate, shove that trailing hip. It's not a lift, it's a shove or a swing. This one pulls you off balance as well, so if you don't feel safe, you can come to this straight kettlebell swing and just keep moving.
10 seconds.
Dig your feet in. Push your knees back. And most of all, push your hips forward. Woo, got this. All right. Gorilla rows. I'm going to face a different way just for fun. You can put that, think of reaching out an imaginary line in front of your toes. Lock it in. Brace here and with your abdominals. You don't need the brace. Fine. Lengthen your spine. Exhale ideally on that pull. Adding that little mini squat. Keeping it low. Digging in with all parts of your feet. Pushing out of the heels. Activates glutes. Who doesn't like that?
10 seconds.
That's a gorilla row, y'all. All right. I'm gonna go with my overhead tricep with a slightly higher weight this time. Sumo squat. Tuck your booty. Squeeze your elbows towards your ears or the upper arms towards your head. Careful. Keeping that tailbone in a posterior sad puppy dog tuck. Tilt. I'll show you from the side. We don't want our tailbone to hinge back. We do for most squats, but not a sumo squat.
10 seconds.
Ooh. Wow. Alright. Curtsy lunges with our drag curls. This one is a real challenge. I'm trying to challenge myself. You can do what you can do. You stand tall as you rack your weights, elbows back. We're gonna reach one arm down as that same side leg goes behind and curtsies or genuflex. If this bothers your knee, try going straight back. It's up to you. Curtsy lunges demand a little bit more of the inner and outer thighs.
10 seconds.
And balance. That was hard, no lie. Woo! Okay. I'm gonna use my medium weights for my cleaner press. You got what you got. Deadlift. Brace the belly. Racket. Press. Now with control. Shove the feet into the ground and shove the hips forward on that power up. Breathe.
Ten seconds.
One more, if you've got it. All right. On the floor for our seventh in this 7 exercise round. Other arm, one arm push-ups. Sideline, stack your pelvis perpendicular to the floor. Also, dorsiflex that top foot to get more gluteus medius. Really try to straighten the elbow, y'all. You want to make it harder, cradle your head. Ooh, that's hard. When do you do a one-arm push-up in real life? When you're getting
10 seconds.
From a sideline position, out of bed maybe, or on the floor. Woo!
Rest.
Much deserved rest. That was round 3 of 4. The first round was our body weight only warm up. And it's time for a 2-minute break. Make sure you get a little water. Catch your breath. Woo. Woo. So our body weight only was a rehearsal, but of course I've said plenty of times, keep going with that body weight only if that's what you got today. Stop at the 10 seconds left announcement if that works for you today. If none of that works for you today, here's the getting stronger. Keep moving, and little by little, you will get stronger. Pay attention to your body, because if you get hurt, you're going to have to lay off, and you won't get stronger during that short period. But remember, non-consecutive days for your strength training, especially serious, heavy resistance like we're doing today. Even just body weight. That's your whole body weight, y'all. All right. So this is our third standing round. When we get to the sideline push-ups at the end, let's just count. We don't need to worry about the 45 seconds. We're going to count 10 on one side and 10 on the other so that we get even with our stimulus for our chest tricep strength training. All right, grab your favorite weight for your forward lunges. And get ready at the foot of your mat. Decelerate by going heel, ball, toe. All right? Paste your upper arms to your body. Here we go.
Start.
Make sure that when you lower you're opening that elbow hinge, that you don't just hang at the bottom. This does not work when I hang. Likewise, make sure you don't bring it to where you're just balancing it. Work in the zone where you feel a little resistance. Work on the biceps.
10 seconds.
That was hard. If you feel like the third round got a little harder, it's natural. Okay, set up your kettlebell swings. I'm going to get a somewhat wide so I could do my U-shaped smile swing or hay baler, rotating and pushing with that trailing hip. Power, swing, don't lift. Breathe.
10 seconds.
Ooh. Ooh. That's lower. Those swings will get your heart rate up. Catch your breath. Get ready for your gorilla rows. Widest stance. I'll show you from the front. Long torso. Elbow towards the ceiling. Don't wing it out. Keep the weight in that vertical line, perpendicular to an imaginary line between your front big toes. Well, we don't have any rear big toes, do we? If we do, we might be some kind of a zygidactyl bird. Look it up.
10 seconds.
You can add your little mini squat. I forgot about that. If you like. All right. Sumo squats. Overhead. Tricep extension. This is probably our lightest lift. Keep the tailbone tucked under. Elbows pointing straight to the ceiling as you reach for the nape of the neck. Think of squeezing your inner thighs toward one another and your butt. Inhale down, exhale up. Don't hold your breath, please.
10 seconds.
I forgot to tell you, if overhead presses don't work for you, you can take a lighter weight and do a tricep kickback. Yeah? You need 2 weights for that. Pretty light. Okay. Curtsy lunges. This is the one I'm going real heavy on, y'all. You don't have to. Starting tall. Oh, racking. Kind of at your waist. A functional equivalent of this would be like lifting a suitcase. Oh, why do I do this strength training? It's good for us. It helps me perform at my various sports.
10 seconds.
And it helps protect my joints. Should I go a little too hard or at the wrong angle? And it adds bone density. Should I have a little boo-boo? All right, clean and press. I'm gonna go heavy. Here we go. Deadlift, rack, power up. You can use a little foot slap to help power through. If you're using a heavier weight. But remember, no pain if it hurts. Put the weight down. Walk it out. Just keep moving.
10 seconds.
One more. Oh, that's hard. Oh. All right. We're going right to the floor. Remember, we're not going to listen to the timer. We're going to do sideline 10 one-arm push-ups. Option to do the hip. Stack your hips perpendicular, shoulders perpendicular to the mat. Push. Woo. 1, 2. You might be on 3 or 4 because I was blabbing. 4, 5. Really straighten that elbow if you can. 6, 7, 8. This lift on the hip abduction doesn't seem like much, but man, my glute medius is screaming. Swing it to the other side. And we'll count for 10.
Great job.
Great job. Almost done. Other side. Oh. Hips and shoulders perpendicular. Press that top arm into the floor, chest high. And go. 1. We're shooting for 10, y'all. 2, 3. Then we get to stretch. Actually, we're going to do some core on the floor, and then we'll stretch. 5. Maybe 6. 6, maybe 7. Oh, I almost said, you know what? I didn't, though. I'll put a word in between. One more for good measure. Oh. Okay, a little bit of break time. Then we're going to be on our mats. You probably need 1 heavy weight or medium or bring options. We're going to do some abdominal and glute work. Specifically, we're going to do some, well, formerly known as Russian twists. I'm putting a twist on that title. I'm going to call it Russian Peacefully Out of Ukraine Twists. We hope. And then we're going to do on either end of that Russian twist, we're going to do a single leg glute bridge. If single leg doesn't work for you, you can do both. But grab a sip of water, bring it with you. What time is it? Ooh, we got time. We're going to do 3 sets of floor work. Butt, gut, butt. And then we'll stretch from the floor to all fours to standing upright. Let's get to it. I'm going to bring my timer. We're going to stick with that 45-15 and we're going to flow with it, okay? So, grab your glute bridge weight. You're going to be on the mat, face up or supine. And when you're doing your glute bridges, don't put your heels so far away from your hips. If you keep them closer and close together, the transition to one leg will be easier. And the focus will be more on the glutes. Hamstrings do get a lot of work with glute bridges. But the reason they're called glute bridges is we're trying to recruit the glutes, okay? That is, squeeze your butt. Keep your hips parallel to the floor as much as possible. And as you come up and as you go down, don't lose your tension, i.e. don't rest your butt on the ground. It's just 45 seconds. Get ready. Grab your weight. It's going to go right on your abdomen between your pubic bone and your belly button. So it's not digging into your bony ischial protuberances, your hips, your pelvis.
3, 2,
Okay, I'm going to start with my right leg, left leg cross, heel close, walk your shoulder blades together, and lift. Really think about the glutes. And you can touch your glutes. Maybe you could touch your heel. That's how you know you've got like this built-in measuring stick, that you're doing an exercise and that you're targeting the proper muscles. Because who else is going to check your gluteal recruitment
10
here
seconds.
on this virtual power lunch today? You can check your own self. All right, coming up is an abdominal exercise. But just ignore this sleepy time exercise music. We're gonna tuck. We can float our heels, which is harder, or just tap them as we rotate. 45 seconds. Try not to wibble wobble through your hips and knees. Don't rush this Russian peacefully out of Ukraine twist. Do keep that basement level transverse abdominis pulling in towards your spine. Kind of hollow out in the abdomen. Oof. Don't rush it. Oh, this is hard. Truth be told, this is one of my
10
least
seconds.
favorite abdominal exercises because I find it challenging. So I probably should do it. All right, come into the floor. Adjust for your other leg. This time it's my left. Right leg crossed over. Glute bridge. See if you could touch your heel with your hand. And as you lift, you might want to walk your shoulder blades together and extend the back of your neck. Gently exhale up. If you have a free hand while you're balancing that weight on your abdomen, check your gluteal recruitment. Is your butt tight? Is what I'm asking. Try to tighten up. We all want the biggest bang for our butt with these glute bridges. Do your best. We're almost done. And we're going to stay right here
10 seconds.
after this final few repetitions. Stay where you are. I'm going to get rid of my weight. Turn off this timer. Then we're going to stretch on the ground.
Pause.
Just make a big, long line with your body. Face up. Hands overhead. See if you can relax and just breathe in through your nose. Fill your lungs. Exhale through your nose or your mouth. And then maybe stretch your right leg and your right arm and make yourself into a crescent moon shape. You could use your other hand to kind of gently add to that. It's okay if your lower back just barely creeps off the mat. That's okay. Switching, gently bringing the left arm across the midline and thinking of stretching through the left side in our upward facing crescent moon side and spinal stretch. Good. Bringing both knees bent. Go ahead and grab behind the thighs. And you can let your knees open or keep them together. And just kind of play around with this low back stretch. It's also opening gluteals a little. You can put your hands on both the knees and just sort of try to put each part of the back of your pelvis on the ground, almost like a clock. I had a very, very excellent Pilates and exercise instructor, personal trainer, professional dancer that taught me this clock analogy. Try going the other direction with your back of your pelvis clock. Her name is Terry Heflin. Yeah, she dances around the United States. And then sometimes she comes to Yellow Springs and treats us to a little workshop. Okay, let's get both soles together. Happy baby stretch. Really good for those hamstrings, thighs, hips. It's kind of a funny stretch, but you're putting your hands through this diamond you made with your feet together, knees apart, and drawing the feet towards your face. You can kind of play around with that too. Real slowly, see what feels good. And we're going to get both legs up in the air and pedal for some hamstring flexibility. If you can reach your toes, try to pedal. Legs up in the air also helps return any lymph or blood that may have pooled down in the lower body. All right, let's go over to one side and come up to a seated position. We're going to do a little outside of the hip stretch, crossing over, hugging it towards our body, breathing length up into our spine. Almost done here, y'all. Hug that knee closer to your chest. Hey, if your flexibility in your hips permits, you can hook that bottom leg and sit tall. I like to do a little spinal twist here, but you do what you like to do. I'm going to emphasize breathing up into your tallest spine and then planting your opposite arm on that top of the crossed leg and then rotating. Think of from the tailbone up as you exhale. Inhale in this twist. And you could feel all those muscles along and around the spine. And let's take the other side. You can start with a straight leg and then ease into this, hugging the inside of the knee towards your spine, breathing tallness into your spine. And if your hips and flexibility permit, you can hook that bottom leg. And then propping your opposite arm behind you helps with your posture. As you breathe, again, lengthening your spine, rotating from the bottom, tailbone up to the neck. Easy, stretching the eyes even. Exhale fully. Inhale. Unwind. As you come up, let's get a last calf stretch. Palms under the shoulders. Tuck the toes and then push the heels into the floor. This is kind of a downward dog. What is a kind of? And you could pedal, pushing one heel toward the floor. It may or may not touch the floor, but you want to feel that stretch on the back of the calf. You might or you might not feel it in the Achilles tendon and then the back of the knees. And then when you're ready, lift your tailbone, inchworm your hands closer to your toes. As you come up, ease up. And let's finish with a chest stretch. Hey folks, great as always to offer this virtual exercise strength option. Stay active, listen to your body, keep it safe and simple. See you later.